So today's bike ride is probably going to be a 45-minute to 60-minute bike ride, and I'll hop on just one of the bike trails here near my house. And I'm still getting over this cold. I didn't run this morning, so this will be the first cardio I did today. Technically, I did a chest workout today at lunch, so I'm not going to push myself too far today, but I'll go about 45 minutes to an hour. Essentially just head 30 minutes out, 25 minutes out. Once I hit that time, I'll just head back. To fuel up, I just finished a Go bar, which is basically just an oat bar. It's got 200 calories, 36 grams of carbs. And I'm also going to have a carbohydrate and electrolyte drink. So 20 grams of fast digestive carbs in here and 350 grams of sodium. So I just use BPN's G1M Sport. I like that one a lot right now, especially the orange flavor. So good. I'll just have one scoop of that. So that's what? 56 grams of carbs, 350 megs, plus 140 megs of sodium. So, math, 490. Good amount of sodium, electrolytes, good amount of carbs, and then I'm also gonna have, during my ride, one of these liquid IVs. I just put this in my water bottle, fill that with water. So I'll have plenty of sodium for this ride and plenty of carbs. Last time I ate was at 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna make sure I'm fueled for this workout. So yeah, let's fucking get it. Before we fucking get it, I also have some caffeine. Forgot to add that. Most of my workouts, minus my strength training workouts, it's separate, but most of my cardio workouts, I usually have a half a can of Celsius because I like to have a little bit of caffeine. One can's 200 megs of caffeine, so half a can is 100. It's got plenty of other things like vitamin B and things of that nature, so just a little bit of energy, not too crazy. So, all right, now let's fucking get it. What is up? So behind me is all of my triathlon training gear that I have either purchased recently or have accumulated over the past couple years. So today I'm going to go through all the stuff I have, how much I either spent on it recently, or if I can't remember how much I spent on it, I'll look up how much it costs today to get. And then I'm also gonna go through a wish list of equipment that I don't have yet, but want to have. So yeah, let's get started. So first and most importantly is the bike. So I ride a Trek Domani 4. I ride a 56 centimeter frame with a Shimano Tigra derailing and drive train. I also have as you can see on the wheels here, a hydraulic braking system. So a little different than normal braking system where you kind of pull a cable and it clamps down on either the wheel or the disc brake. This uses a hydraulic system, so it's a little more expensive, but it's also a lot better braking experience, more reliable, and it's supposed to last longer. At least that is what they told me when I purchased it. So altogether for the bike with the Shimano Tigra drivetrain and the hydraulic braking system was $1,700. And then in addition, I also bought a water cage, which was about 20 bucks. I have a water bottle in here, which is actually a gift, but these run anywhere from like $20 to $25. Alright, we also have a helmet. I have the Bontrager, however you pronounce that helmet. Solstice. This ran me about $75. Had that for about a couple years now. So for shoes, I have the RC1 Shimano bike shoes. These are about $110. And then attached are the Delta cleats. So when you purchase the pedals, so I have these 150 or 105 Shimano pedals with the attachments for Delta shaped cleats. So when you purchase the pedals, you also get these, you get the attachments as well. The ones I have are these, I still have the box actually, the Shimano SPD SL pedals. Okay, next we have just an REI brand fanny pack that I used to carry most of my gear with me while I'm riding. So this was $15. Inside of the fanny pack, I will have my bike pump and a patch kit. So the patch kit in the pump itself was about 20 bucks, and then an extra tube and then the actual tool to pull the wheel off so I can get the tube in. So this I got from REI as well for like, I think it was like $6. And then some hex keys to adjust anything I need to adjust my bike, like especially my seat, which I have issues with often. It likes to drift down over time on long rides, so I carry hex keys with me. I have no idea how much these cost. These are like random bits from the bottom of our toolbox. A pair of bike pants, Bonteranger brand bike pants, pretty cheap. They're like 50 bucks. And then a pair of Gooder brand sunglasses. I love Gooder. It's the same brand I wear for like casual sunglasses. These are only $35. If you know Roka makes super cool sunglasses, but they're like $100, $200. And I have like this weird rule that I don't spend a lot of money on sunglasses because as soon as I do, I seem to just lose them. So Gooder is a great brand that I like. Pretty cheap. And I think it's pretty good quality for the price. And then the last thing I have here for my bike gear is these like compression socks. So I'll wear these when I run like long runs, but I always wear these when I bike. CEP or CEP brand, so I just got these on Amazon. I have 2 pairs of these. I have like a white pair, but they're dirty from Friday's ride. Actually, no, yesterday's run. Yeah, I had a 10K run yesterday. I wore them on, and they just feel great. I like the compression on my ankles and feet during my run, but with the bike, it's just I don't know. It feels right to wear these. So these are like 20 bucks each. So I have 2 pairs of those. So that is everything for my cycling gear. So in total, that's for the bike is $1,700. For the helmet was $75. For the clips and cleats, that's $150. The shoes are $110. The bike pants are $50. The fanny pack was $15. Bike socks, which are $20 each. Sunglasses, $35. Water cage, $20, water bottle, $20, and the repair kit and pump are $30. So in total, that is $2,245. Okay, now let's do my swim gear. Okay, so this is a Speedo kickboard that I'll use in the pool for my swim workouts where I'm doing mostly like a drill focus workout, which at some point I will film one of those so you can actually see what that means. So the kickboard itself was $22. And then I have a snorkel. So this is like a front face snorkel that allows you to basically keep your head down in the water and you can focus on other things while doing drill workout in the pool. So it's pretty useful. I use this fairly often against a Speedo brand snorkel. This one was, I just looked it up, was $40 on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure when I bought it, it was on sale for like $30. And then I also have a pulled buoy. So this goes between your thighs and keeps your hips up. You use it to, so essentially you use this for pulling. You don't use your feet to kick. Your feet basically just are dead weight and you're using your arms mostly to train. This was $16. And then a pair of goggles. These are like TYR brand. You can get those for like 20 bucks. A swim cap, which I still have mine from the Chicago Triathlon back in 2019 that we didn't actually get to use in the swim because that was canceled, but you can get like a swim cap for like $6 on Amazon. And then lastly, my most recent purchase and by far the best purchase I've ever made for the pool is these Roka Sim Pro 3 buoyancy shorts, I guess. So they're a pair of shorts that I'll wear, and they're basically a like wetsuit material. Before I had these, I was wearing like a pair of like gym shorts in the pool. These help like, again, these provide some buoyancy, so it actually keeps my hips up a little bit. It makes it like a lot easier to swim. Kind of took some pressure off my low back because essentially my hips would be like sinking in the water a little bit, kind of strains the low back. So this kind of keeps me horizontal, provides less drag, and have been by far the best addition to my swim workouts. Okay, so that's all of my swim gear. Let's go through the total. So $16 for the pull buoy, $22 for the kickboard, $40 for the snorkel, $20 for the goggles, $7 for the cap, and $165 for the Sim Pro 3 Roka shorts. So in total, that is $270. Okay, next we will go through my running equipment. Okay, the running gear is a lot more simple to go through than the swimming and biking gear. Right now I am running with a pair of Fresh Foam X New Balance shoes. So these have probably 160 miles on them. So I'm not sure how many miles I can get out of them, but they're still in pretty good shape. And then I have just two running hats, the Nike Club hat that has a chocolate stain on it. This hat I got back when I did my the Chicago Triathlon in 2019, so it's still in pretty good shape minus the chocolate stain. And then a CLE Athletics hat that has like the BPN going more branding on it, but this one's pretty new. I like this one a lot. Dries pretty quickly. So these hats are like kind of expensive on their website. They're like 50, 60 bucks for these, but I got this one for like $45. Just for those three things. And then I also have my sunglasses like I brought up earlier, but I usually run in the mornings, so I don't really wear those unless it's like a weekend run. That's it for the running gear, just those three. 40 bucks for the CLE hat, $20 for the Nike hat, and then $85 for the shoes. So in total, that is $145. Great, so that is everything that I own right now. And then last thing I wanna go through is a list of like my wish list items that I also still wanna get for training. That I think will be necessary and or nice to have for the rest of the triathlon training. Alrighty, so like I said, we're gonna go through a couple of items that I do not own yet, but I'm most likely gonna purchase within the next couple of months to add to my training equipment inventory. So essentially what my plan is, because some of these items are super expensive, is I have like a savings account that I'll put in like $20 or $50 every paycheck, and then once I have enough money to purchase one of these items, then I will go ahead and do that. So that's kind of my financial plan, at least on how to purchase these responsibly. So the first item on the list is, the list is gonna be in order of importance, if that makes sense. So the first item is gonna be the first thing I buy, and the last item should be the last thing I buy. We'll see if I actually stick to that, but that's my plan for right now. Okay, so the first item on the wish list is a bike trainer. So this is so that I can bike inside. And although it is always generally pretty nice weather here in San Diego, and I don't have to worry about too much rain or like cold stopping me from doing these bike rides, the big thing is some of the bike workouts I have are pretty particular in the workout I need to do, the drill. So if I need to do like more like a spin style workout where I'm doing certain amount of rounds of certain heart rate or efforts, it's a lot easier to do that in a controlled environment like inside of our apartment on a bike trainer versus being outside in traffic or on some bike trail that has different terrains and things like that. So the bike trainer that I will most likely get is the Wahoo Kicker Core. So Wahoo's a pretty popular equipment company for trainers and other bike related equipment. I know they make like treadmills too, but the Wahoo Kicker Core is like probably one of their most popular products. And this is a wheel off trainer versus like a roller wheel on trainer, which I was thinking about getting. That was a little cheaper, but after reading a few reviews, know that the Wahoo Kicker is probably a better option long term for me. So that is the first purchase. That's about $500. So I can either order online and get it shipped, but the shipping is insane. It's like $80 or something stupid. So I most likely could buy this from REI, and it's like $535 there. So it's actually cheaper to buy it there. And then this I can like hook up to like a workout app, Zwift, which I'll probably do like a video about Zwift and my usage of that at some point. This will allow me to like utilize some pretty cool software out there as well during my rides. Okay, the next item. So if I don't get a hand-me-down wetsuit from one of my friends, I will just purchase my own, and I will most likely purchase a Roka brand. And Roka has like a very large range of quality of suits and price ranges. So this is the cheapest one they have. And just like my shorts I was showing you guys earlier, that material, this is essentially the full suit versus just the shorts. So this is going to be needed for open water swimming here in California, especially in the spring and the winter, maybe even the summer. The Pacific Ocean's pretty cold, so I'm sure at some point in the summer, late summer, I won't necessarily need as an intense of a wetsuit. I'm most likely going to use this in the triathlon, so I'll use it for that, and then definitely use it for the Ironman in March in Oceanside, because it'll be very cold. So $565 for the wetsuit. Again, expensive, but they sell wetsuits for like $1,300 or something crazy, so it's not that crazy for this wetsuit. The third item is the actual tri-suit. Now we're getting the items that are like less needed. This would be something I'd probably purchase in like most likely July, maybe even August, closer to the race time, because I'm definitely gonna want this for the race. So the tri-suit has like padding on the butt essentially, so like the bike pants I have, but this is a full suit, and it's just good for aerodynamics and good for bike riding. So essentially what I'll do is I'll wear this, and then that'll be like my first layer, and then over top will go the wetsuit. So when I actually do the race, the first event is a swim. So I will do the swim with both on, and then after I get out of the ocean, I will take off the wetsuit, and underneath I'll have the tri-suit on, which I'll wear for the bike and for the run. So this is definitely something I'm gonna wanna have for the race day. And I wanna get it before as well, just so I can actually feel it out and get used to wearing it. But this is kind of like we'll call it a nice to have. It's not as necessary as the wetsuit. Okay, so the last item is a new pair of goggles. So the goggles I purchased in 2019 when I did that Chicago triathlon, when I was training for that. They're pretty good goggles. I know they're 20 bucks or whatever when I bought them, and they lasted me for a while, but they're getting pretty scratched up. I kind of want a new pair of goggles. So definitely at some point before the race itself, I'll need these to practice and feel them out. I'll get these. These are at least the ones I think I want. The R1 goggles have like a bigger field of vision, especially at the top of your head. So when you're facing down in the water, you'll have more view in front of you without tilting your head up, which I think is gonna be useful. I don't actually know, to be honest. Also, they look cool, so I want them. Okay, so that is it for all of my equipment and all of the wish list equipment. So closer to the race, I will do another video just to show what the new equipment looks like and how it works, especially the bike trainer. I think that'll be fun to do some videos. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to next week's video. So today is actually Tuesday, May 6th is when I'm finishing this video. This weekend, I'm flying to Spain for work, and then I will fly to Ohio to see my parents for a week. So I'll be gone from San Diego for 2 whole weeks. I won't have my bike. I won't have a lap pool like I do here. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to train away from home and train while on trips. So that'll be kind of my focus on these next couple of videos. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.